Returning back to the new news here at the beginning of your week, we see that USDA has announced that the crop year 2019 lentil and chickpeas have reached the loan deficiency payment rate level, and hard red spring wheat is close to that LDP level. Of course, LDPs are determined when the market repayment rate is below the commodity loan rate. LDP rates for lentils are announced weekly, and rates for wheat and feed grain commodities are announced daily, of course. LDPs are only available on a commodity after the crop is harvested. If an LDP payment is requested, a producer agrees to forego obtaining a loan on that same quantity. Now, for more information on the loan deficiency payments, visit your local Farm Service Agency office today. Now, on that same note, the American Sheep Industry Association is working to expand benefits available to sheep producers through that same USDA loan deficiency payment program. ASI has created a page on their website devoted to the program itself. The new page includes details on the program, current LDP rates, and links to additional resources from USDA for wool producers. It's a tough time in the countryside on the wool market, of course. Now, to follow the wool LDP rates and to find more resources provided by the American Sheep Industry Association, visit them today at sheepusa.org. Well, friends, we'll have more ag news right after these words. Returning back here on this Monday afternoon, the start of Cat Grizz Week, of course, go Cats. We see that Ag Secretary Sonny Perdue has announced the second round of market facilitation program payments will be heading out to farmers suffering from trade retaliation by foreign nations. The payments will begin starting this week before the Thanksgiving holiday itself. Producers of eligible commodities will now be eligible to get around 25% of the total payment expected, in addition to the 50% they received earlier in the first round of payments. Earlier this year, President Trump authorized USDA to provide up to $16 billion in aid through the various programs, which is in line with the estimated impact of the retaliatory tariffs on U.S. agricultural goods and other trade disputes. Perdue is hopeful that a third round of payments will not occur if a trade deal with China is agreed to soon. And finally, this afternoon, we see that Dean Foods, one of the largest dairy companies here in the United States, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy last week. A new food economy report says that leaves a lot of dairy producers up in the air about where they'll be selling their milk in the future. In that announcement last week, Dean Foods said it was engaged in advanced talks with Dairy Farmers of America about a possible acquisition. DFA is the country's biggest dairy cooperative. However, antitrust experts say the potential deal causes some serious concern about anti-competitive activity. Cooperatives negotiate with processors like Dean Foods on behalf of producers to get the best price they can for their farmers. But experts say that the problem with the DFA is the conflict of interest that will result from trying to lower prices to farmers to increase their revenue as milk producers themselves. That's according to Peter Karsten, a University of Wisconsin Law School professor. Some farmers have accused the co-op in the past of trying to suppress milk prices to maximize its profits. Dairy Farmers of America represents over 13,000 dairy producers across the nation. Well, that's all the time we have for this afternoon. We'll send it back over to the news desk.